Welcome back to the Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Raymond Wu. In this segment, we will continue our conversation with Mr. Michael Chien, who is the president of Shoreman Art International in Taipei. Mr. Chien, in the earlier section, we talked about the abilities and your experiences and expertise in the world of art collection. And in this segment, we're going to shift the focus back home onto the market in Taiwan. Can you then share with us what are some of the major features in the art market in Taiwan? For example, what are some of the major collectors and collection, and what are some of the major market taste in terms of the art collection?
Yes, the art market in Taiwan has been there 3 decades already.
Okay.
At the very beginning, it is only a market for Chinese water ink drawings.
Of course.
The scale is pretty small.
Okay.
And it's not mature yet.
No. Uh-huh.
So many many fake artworks spread over the market, so that art collecting could be a very dangerous thing. Mm-hmm. Since 1989, the oil painting is getting booming.
Okay.
People were turning their preference from Chinese water ink drawings into oil paintings.
Oil paintings.
Yes.
Yes.
The fake issue was much better. Mm-hmm. So roughly speaking, before 90s was Chinese water ink drawings market. Mm-hmm. And from 1988 to 1995, the local and the native artists of oil painting were the major subject to be collected.
Yes.
From 1996, the overseas Chinese senior artists just like a gold mine to be discovered.
Yes.
Just like Zhao Wuji,
yes,
常玉、朱德群、朱元子、潘玉良、赵春祥, etc.
Yes.
And simultaneously from 2005, the contemporary art were dynamically booming, and most of the major artists' price were generating a very high record.
Mm-hmm. So these are the major trends that we have discovered in the art market in Taiwan. Then can you share with us then, what are some of the, your philosophy in terms of managing and running a gallery in Taiwan?
Okay. As you know, most of the gallery to be called commercial gallery. Yes. Because it is running a business for buying and selling in a relatively short term.
Okay.
And seldom keeping the important artworks for themselves or keeping a longer time.
Okay.
For my advice, a gallery has to set up a sort of strategy.
Yes.
At the very beginning. I'm always considering that buying is much more important than selling.
Yes.
And I will suggest to keep the good artworks in a proper period. For instance, if you buy the painting of Zhao Wuji,
yes,
in 90s, approximately cost you $100,000 US. Mm-hmm. But you can keep it till the year of 2005.
Yeah.
You are able to sell it by $1 million US.
By $1 million, 10 times. At least
10 times.
It's a very good investment.
So it is a very big profit. Therefore, how to pick up a good artwork or dealing a potential artist by a relatively early stage is very crucial.
Yes.
Then you have to be patient. Do not sell them all. You have to keep some of the masterpieces for a period and to keep for the future anyhow. The most important thing is not to sell fake artworks.
Of course.
Once your bad reputation spreading over, and you won't have the chance to be recovered forever.
Yeah, you lose your credibility in the process.
Right.
But of course, everybody in any market, especially in the market for art collection, we're all afraid of buying, fake goods, counterfeits. And can you then, Mr. Chien, share with us some of the stories that you have in terms of art collection?
Okay, there are so many interesting stories about art collection. But today, I'm not talking about a fake art. I'm talking about interesting art story. The first one, is about American couples named Guntz, Mr. and Mrs. Guntz.
Okay.
In 1960s, they bought a piece of Picasso's painting.
Yes. You have a picture here.
I got
to show
a picture
it.
here.
Yes.
The title is The Dream. It is a very popular artwork. You can see it in most of the art books and even in the cafeteria. People would like to attach those posters on wall as a decoration. And in 2001, through Sotheby's auction,
yes,
it had been sold in almost 50 million US dollars.
Really?
So it means 10,000 times.
Yes.
Growth.
Than the original.
Yeah, the return is tremendously high.
Yeah, but as you said, a lot of people should have love and passion before they get into this market. So a lot of people probably buy the arts and they're probably not going to sell them right away. Is that still the case with a lot of collectors?
Oh, most of the Taiwan's collectors are doing so.
Oh, really?
They are quite mature.
Okay.
They understand, you collect a period of time, you can make a lot of money.
Yes.
So I'm talking about the second story.
Please.
The second story, it occurred in 1980s in Taiwan. A couple of, a local couple just happened to sell a house, and got cash about, 2.5 million NT dollars.
Okay.
Once they pay a visit to the gallery, the local gallery. And all of a sudden, they're attracted by a gorgeous painting, it by Hong Ruilin.
Okay.
And the painting is made in 1934.
Okay.
The title is Morning Makeup.
Okay.
Hong had been called a humanitarian artist. He spent most of the time under the coal mine and sketch the coal labor's activities very much. And so it's very, very vivid and very touched. And the husband, was fascinated by the painting and tried to buy it out. But his wife against it.
Yes.
And because the price was too high.
How much was it?
They asked the price at it's 2 million NT dollars.
Okay.
At that time, it's a big money.
Yeah,
anyway.
but because they sold the house, so it was a price they could afford. Right?
Could afford, yes. But still, it
was very high.
Very, very
yes.
high, yeah. Even so, the husband still insisted to buy.
Okay.
So finally, the wife surrendered.
Okay.
And the husband won the battle and bought the painting, roughly in 1.6 million NT dollars.
Okay.
Where then, in 1992, it happened to the Japanese emperor's birthday.
Yes.
So the government, the Japanese government tried to form a certain of a ceremony.
Yes.
Then our exhibition was chosen as a major event. And the topic was the disturbing age of Western art in 1930s. So under this perspective, naturally, Hong's painting was selected.
Yes.
As representing Taiwan to join the exhibition, because of the painting, it's a very match the scenario of their need, and Japan had colonized Taiwan for half century.
Yes.
And under their ruling, they tried to review the people were living in something good status. The Japanese government got permission of borrowing the painting, then assigned 2 experts come to Taiwan and to pack it for packing, for shipping, and everything with a very high standard.
Yes.
And invited this couple, went to Tokyo to attend the ceremony.
Yes.
And including the art fair, 5-star hotels, and the whole package of traveling were hosted by Japanese government.
Yes.
Furthermore, the emperor would like to present an audience for the couples. Finally, they refused. This is a very interesting and a dramatic story, isn't it?
Yes.
And 1 or 2 years later, this painting was sold by the couples, roughly 9 million NT dollars.
Okay,
so it is almost 6 times.
Yes.
A growth. It is pretty profitable.
Yeah, and they only held it for about 10 years or so, right?
No, not so long.
Not so
Maybe
long.
5 years.
5 years only.
Maybe 5 years.
Okay. And Mr. Chien, then can we now shift the focus onto your personal experience? I know you've been managing a gallery for many, many years. How did you get into this business of art gallery management?
All right. For the very beginning, I just very interested in
art collection.
Art collection,
yes.
And I to visit the gallery very often after my work.
Yes.
And I gradually find something is very interesting, and I try to buy it. So I at the very beginning, I just spent very little money,
yes.
something like several thousand NT dollars,
yes.
to buy a small painting like that. Gradually, and I'm getting a master of everything, yeah. So I know something better.
Yeah.
And I have to spend much more money.
Yes.
Gradually, and I spend big money on that.
Of course.
So I can't help to be a collector.
Yes. So that's how you got involved in the business.
Then, after I retired from, my original job,
yes.
Then I figured out, I love, the art
yes.
very, very much.
Yes.
Why not combine?
Yeah, your
my
interest,
career, my interest.
Yeah,
together.
Yes.
So doing some business.
Yes.
With the gallery. So.
Yeah. Well, certainly it's been wonderful working out for you personally and for the art collection,
yes,
profession. And we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back to the Taiwan Outlook. And we're going to continue this conversation with Mr. Michael Chien, who is the president of the Shoreman Art International. And we're going to expand our focus a little bit. We're going to cover the Greater China region. We'll see you in about 2 minutes.